Hey guys, so today we are back with another Sims 4 build. This house was really fun to build. I wanted to do kind of a trendy, contemporary style build with a lot of black and white, and I decided to make it a kind of cat lady home. So it is, I guess technically you could consider it a 2-bedroom. It has a master bedroom and then an upstairs lofted area. And then it has two bathrooms. Yeah, I really like this house. I would like to play in it at some point. I think it would be fun to play in and just create a story of, a lady with several cats that lives here. I was kind of picturing maybe like an artist. I put an easel in it. So I got the idea of this roof line here from some houses that I've seen near where I actually live, where just part of the roof is curved kind of over the front door. And I didn't think I would like it because it's not symmetrical, but I think it turned out pretty cool. I like the way it looks when I get done with it. I did struggle with the roof a little bit here because it just wasn't lining up right, but I finally get it to work. I'm still kind of learning the roof tools. They're very complicated. I definitely wanted the room upstairs, so that's where the main thing I was trying to get to work here. I ended up having to just do an extra roof on the top, which I think turns out okay. Now I did notice when I went to edit this video that I never changed the default roof color. So in the screenshots it will be a different color because I went back and changed it while I was editing. I also painted a couple walls that I missed when I was trying to finish this build up. This build is a little bit longer than I typically like to upload, but I was going to cut some out of it, but it kind of just took away too much, so I decided to leave all the footage in here. I don't think I cut out anything. Yeah, so it's just a little bit longer, but I think it's still under 40 minutes. I don't really plan on uploading anything over 40 minutes unless it's a Let's Play or something like that I can't speed up, like House Flipper. Those just tend to run a little longer because, like I said, I can't speed those up because it's too jumpy. But the Sims builds and the Minecraft builds, I'm going to try to keep under 40 minutes just because I know that's a long time to watch one video. So if it's going to be way over that, plan on just splitting it up into more than one part. So I did use the high school years door and windows on this house. They fit pretty good with some of the base game windows, and they kind of fit the style I was going for. And I wanted an archway there on this little patio section I'm making on the front, but I know there's some archways in the game, but they're in packs that I don't have yet, so I had to use this open door here, which I actually really like. I think it's cool because, I mean, it doesn't actually close in the game, but the thought of it being able to close is kind of cool. Now I almost cut this out, struggling to try to find the windows here. I don't remember what I end up doing here. I may not do windows at all, but I decided to leave it in because you gotta see all the good and the bad, so. And speaking of bad, this is the point where I realized I did not leave room for the stairs. So I kind of had to shift the floor plan a little bit. Ended up doing a little bit smaller kitchen, but I really love the way the kitchen turns out. And then I end up with a little hall area to do a little office area in. And I just moved the dining room, instead of it having it there in the back of the house, I moved it into the living area, which turned out to be plenty big enough to do that. But yeah, I had to adjust the floor plan a little bit here. And I wanted a good size master bathrooms just to make it a little bit more elegant. But I didn't want a bunch of weird shapes on the outside, so took a little bit of working with. I don't like doing little, kind of looks like patched roofs like I did there, but sometimes you just don't really have a choice. And I mean, it's realistic. I mean, in real life you would have something like that all the time, so. I think on the gallery I did put it only had one bathroom, but it does have two. And I wanted to do the stairs open to the bottom floor a little bit, but of course we can't do that because it glitches the roof out too much. Originally, my idea for this house was going to be kind of more eccentric, bolder, louder colors, but it just kind of slowly changed to this, and I like this better. I'm not super great with the bold, loud colors. I like building with the blacks and white and grays. So this is just, it's my comfort zone, and kind of wanted to stick to it on this build. But like I said, I love how this house turns out. I was trying to find a good balance here in the kitchen of the color and the blacks and the darker colors and the lighter colors. To me, the green, any green on the walls or anything was a bit too much, so I went with just the white on the walls. And then a little bit of green there on the floor tile, which I think that green floor tile from high school years matches that cabinet so good. I love the way that looks together. use a little bit of the new clutter kit. I had just got it when I did this build, so I definitely had to add some of that in to this build as well. This dining room table gave me some trouble too, trying to find the chairs to match the table. I wanted to use the glass top table because it looked contemporary and clean, but I couldn't find the right chairs. These chairs here I thought looked good as far as the colors, but the style didn't match. The colors were perfect, minus the gold. So I thought about adding a gold table, but didn't really want to add in a bunch of gold. So I had to change them again, but I was so close to using those chairs that I don't know that I've ever used. But it takes me a little work, but I finally get there. I had to get rid of the glass table and ditch that idea and go with this other table here. So and I was going to cut out this part too, of putting all the stuff on the shelf, just because it's very time consuming. And I did cut it out, and then I decided to put it back in the video just because, I mean, it's kind of neat to see how you have to use this shelf here is a mod that kind of just allows you to place stuff where you want. I'm still learning how to use it too, but it makes it a little bit easier because you can put stuff, you know, at the exact height that you need versus just using the 9 and 0 key to raise them up and down. Kind of locks you into that boundary where this doesn't. It takes a lot of time, but sometimes for stuff like this, it's definitely worth it to get the stuff right where you need it. At some point, I guess I need to do a challenge of building without the interior decorating pack or Tiny Living, because that seems to be my go-to packs and I have to use them in every build almost. So which I guess I don't use them in base game builds, but anything where I allow myself to use any packs, I definitely use the interior decorating pack because the furniture is just it's awesome, and I love the sectional couches. Even when you don't make them into a sectional like I did in this house, they're good looking couches and they come in good colors. So when I got to the bedroom here, I decided I needed some more color. So I decided to bring a little bit of a touch of that eccentric style that I originally had in mind. So I went with the kind of zodiac purple and black theme here. I personally, if I play in this house, may change that just because that's not really my thing, but I think it looked good in this house and it kind of fit the vibe of the sim I was picturing living here. I think it turned out to be kind of a fun room though. The colors are fun. I did catch in the screenshots as well that this wall here, this piece where the curtain is in the master, was not painted, so it is painted in the screenshots. I really would like to have the shower head from Snowy Escape, but there's only a few things from that pack that I really want, so I just can't warrant paying I think that one's $40 for it. So I'm just gonna make do with the university shower for now. I love this cat tower here in front of this big old window. I have an older cat and she would love that. I would love to have an area like that for her. So I decided to pop a little bit more color up here as well. Went with some yellow up here to add a little bit different, to pull away from a little bit of the darker colors and just make this room kind of fun. You can just imagine sitting up here drinking coffee with your cat laid up in your lap reading a book. That just sounds like a great afternoon. So I kind of wanted some kind of art piece here on the wall, but I didn't really like any of the actual art, so I layered these mirrors here, and I think it added a cool little effect to the wall. It gives it a little more depth, and it's something different. I can't hardly place an easel now without placing this drop cloth from City Living under it. It makes it look more realistic to me, and it just looks really good. I usually put the paint buckets too. I decided not to on this one, but I did have trouble finding the artist table. I don't know why it took me so long to find that thing, but I always forget what it's called, so I scrolled through and looked and finally found it. And I remembered it was locked, so I had to put the unlock cheat in, and then I finally found it. This outside area does feel a tiny bit rushed, but by this point of building, I had been building for a really long time, and it was really late, so I didn't do a ton outside. But I mean, if you download the house to play in, you can always add more outdoor stuff. I just did some basic landscaping and some trees, and a little bit on the back patio. But sometimes simple landscaping is nice anyway, so. Yeah, so we're drawing to the end now, so let me know what you guys think of this build. Like I said, I really love how this one turned out. I love all the colors, even though it's a lot of black and white. I love the way the colors look. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Bye.